Well, folks, according to a source, Nancy Pelosi may be actually seeking another term in her California district. And now this is not confirmed, but it is the workings of the old dog Democrats that they actually want her to continue on for a fifth term as Speaker of the House of Representatives. Now, I'm going to break down Pelosi's legacy, both the good and the bad. Now, first, she is the first woman Speaker of the House of Representatives. In a way, she's immortal in American politics. That's nothing to sneeze at. You know, even though Kamala Harris is technically closer to the line of succession for president, but Nancy Pelosi beat her long before Kamala Harris ever did. She was third in line long before Kamala Harris ever assumed office. But also, Pelosi, for the Democrats, the House Democrats, I should say, has raked in her tenure $1 billion. Yeah, that doesn't come easy, folks. She's I've crossed paths with her over the years. She really knows. She actually knows her stuff, but also, she's also the woman that people love to hate because certain bills don't get passed. And as far as, people always like to blame Pelosi, but also she has helped stop infighting so many times. Also, the Affordable Care Act, that was her baby. Yes, it was a recycled Bob Dole plan, but she was the one that kept the negotiations tight-lipped. She was the one that famously told the press, you have to vote on the bill to know what's in it. That took a lot of balls for a woman. But also, during the last, I'm going to say, 3.5 years, the woman literally has impeached a president, signed off on trillions. That's just amazing. American spending under her tenure went from millions to billions to trillions. You can have your own opinions about her being a corporatist. That's fair game. But the growth of the American economy just in the last 10 years, just the fact that we birthed the word trillions, wow. But also, certain groups like to, hate on her for not passing bills. But as Speaker of the House, she has actually never done what Mitch McConnell has done. Mitch McConnell, in his tenure as a majority rep, Pelosi would send over bills and he would never bring them up for a vote. There has not been very many bills that have never come up for a vote in Pelosi's term, good or bad. But also, $1 billion for Democrats, TARP. Yes, I will allow you criticism on bailouts, but okay, I was working in politics at the time. If banks go under, then the whole world goes under, okay? But also, TARP was paid back in full. Trump, the idiot that he is, do you think his rescue packages were paid in full? No. But also, you can blame Steve Mnuchin for that. You know, he was such an idiot. I still can't believe he was even near the Secretary of Treasury. But also, let's get into why Pelosi, the old dogs, want her to stay around. Now, it's fair game to say the younger generation wants her to step aside and make way for someone, younger, fresh face, which is not a bad argument. But also, the old dogs, they're really scared right now. Pelosi alone is raking in the money for the Democrats. Also, even though Congress's approval rating is low, Congress is still doing its job. It always has been. Congress still passes bills. Even though the Senate is still relatively a graveyard, even with Chuck Schumer at the helm, thanks to the filibuster, Congress still functions, the House of Representatives still functions under Nancy Pelosi's reign. You can't guarantee that ever again with another representative. But also, the January 6th insurrection kind of really immortalized her in, well, I'll let you have your own opinions if it was a good or bad way. Trump's supporters going to kill her and Mike Pence, her being the first woman of the House, that was a legacy-defining moment in herself. But sending a mob to kill her, her legacy will officially never die. And that's something you don't see anymore with legislative bodies. You don't get that type of famous anymore. So let me know what you think in the comments section below. Do you think Pelosi should stay on as Speaker of the House? Because I actually support her still staying on as House of Representatives rep, but I think it's time for someone else to step on for the Speaker position. Because the deal that she worked was that she was going to serve 2 more terms as Speaker of the Rep, and then someone else was going to sign on. But then January 6th happened, and then the infighting with the Democrats happened, and then she got through the infrastructure bill. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'm Todd. I'll see you next time. Yes, this is a long video, but Pelosi's reign, she's got through a lot of stuff.